Good morning, everybody. This is Stephen Pugh of the Home Bible College. It is November the 13th, and we're in the second part of Lamentations, the Lamentations of Jeremiah, chapter 3. Now, in chapter 3, Jeremiah is very fluent and expressive in his sorrows. He takes unto himself the burden of his visions and seems at times to be in the depths of personal despair. Jeremiah expresses the sorrow of finding that God will not answer his prayers. In his distress, he establishes some of the sweetest truths. He says, "It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not. They are new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness. The Lord is my portion, says my soul. Therefore I will hope in him. The Lord is good to them that wait for him, to the soul that seeks him. It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord. It is good for a man that he bear the yoke in his youth." Jeremiah's solution to the problems of Judah are, let us search and try our ways and turn again to the Lord. Let us lift up our hearts with our hands unto God in the heavens. We have transgressed and rebelled. Thou hast not pardoned. Again, Jeremiah finds expression in his sorrow, in the judgments of God, in tears. Jeremiah's mission was not something he did 9 to 5. It was lived out in his life and in his soul and in his tears. Jeremiah sees the most horrendous seas. He sees the starving in the streets, the young girls raped, the princes are crucified, the young men are turned into slaves to grind corn, children are crushed under timber, the elders have deserted justice, and the young men have ceased to make music, and joy has ceased in the hearts of men, and dancing has turned into a funeral procession. The crown has fallen from the king's head, and the cry of despair eventually comes up to the Lord. Woe unto us, we have sinned. It's amazing to see how far a man must fall before he realizes that he has sinned against the Lord. Now, there's lots of, as I've said before, there's lots of touching, there's lots of passages in here that are amazing. Let me just read a few of them to you. My password is in verse 22. He says, "It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not. They are new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness." Wow. Imagine saying that in the midst of all the desolation of Jerusalem. Imagine saying that. Imagine still hoping in God. He says, verse 25, "The Lord is good unto them that wait for him, to the soul that seeketh him." It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord. It is good for a man that he bear the yoke in his youth. Wow. And then when he then goes on to describe the desolations that have befallen Jerusalem, it's absolutely heartbreaking. But right at the very end, he pleads in verse 21, Turn thou us unto thee, O Lord, and we shall be turned. Renew our days as of old. But thou hast utterly rejected us. Thou art very wroth with us. So notice he says this. He says, you need to turn us. Got it? Turn thou us unto thee, O Lord. You need to change us. You need to change our hearts. And when you do, then we will be turned. The little word turn there could mean converted. If you convert us, then we will be converted. Wow, what a sad passage. But nevertheless, as believers, we can lift up our hearts and we know the assurance of sins forgiven. We know the assurance of peace with God and a home in heaven. Well, God bless you. Look forward to speaking to you again tomorrow. Bye for now.